Don't be ashamed of yourself, for that is the root of all evil. So long as a man remains free, he strives for nothing so incessantly and so painfully as to find someone to worship. If there was no God, he would have to be invented, and man has actually invented God. The very fact that she is a woman is half the battle. If you are penitent, you love, and if you love, you are of God. All things are atoned for, all things are saved by love. Love cannot be created from nothing. Only God can create something from nothing. Don't be frightened overmuch, even at your evil actions. But greater the power, the more terrible its responsibility. Avoid being scornful to others and yourself. Avoid fear too, though fear is only the consequence of every sort of falsehood. Because tomorrow life is ending and beginning. Love is such a priceless treasure that you can redeem the whole world by it and expiate not only your own sins but the sins of others. She loves her own virtue, not me. A man may fall in love with some beauty, with a women's party, or even part of a women's party, and he'll abandon his children for her, sell his father and mother, and his country too. God and devil are fighting there, and the battlefield is the heart of a man. I love humanity. The more I love humanity in general, the less I love man in particular. Active love is labor and fortitude, and for some people too, perhaps, a complete science. What is hell? It is the suffering of being unable to love. Another can never know how much I suffer, for he is another and not I. Was not one moment of a love worth all the rest of life, even in the agonies of disgrace? No one is wise from another man's woe. If you know too much, you'll get old too soon. Life will bring you many misfortunes, but you will find your happiness in them and will bless life and make others blessed. Months and years, why reckon the days? One day is enough for a man to know all happiness. Being in love doesn't mean loving. You may be in love with a woman and yet hate her. One cannot take a step without money. The man who lies to himself can be more easily offended than anyone. People sometimes talk of bestial cruelty, but that's great injustice and insult to the beast. A beast can never be as cruel as a man, and so artistically cruel. I think the devil doesn't exist, but a man has created him. He has created him in his own likeness and image, just as he did God then. One who does not believe in God will not believe in God's people. He who believes in God's people will see His holiness too, even though he had not believed it till then. Avoid falsehood, any kind of falsehood, especially to yourself. Men love the downfall and disgrace of the righteous. If you cannot speak to them in bitterness, serve them in silence and humility, never losing hope. True security is found in social solidarity than in isolated individual effort. Every one of us has sinned against all men, and I more than any. No sort of scientific teaching, no sort of common interest will ever teach a man to share property and privileges with equal consideration for all. Everyone will think his share too small and will always be envying, complaining, and attacking one another. Without suffering, what would be the pleasure of it? I like to humble myself before them, for I don't know how to love them enough. Everyone is responsible to all men, and for everything. Foolish one, he said, why weep? He says that to me, but he weeps himself. It is enough that you're distressed at it. Much is done already in you, since you can deeply and sincerely know yourself. Put away your gods and come and worship ours, or we will kill you and your gods. Don't lie to yourself. The man who lies to himself and listens to his own comes to such a pass that he cannot distinguish the truth within him or around him, and so loses all respect for himself and for others. And having no respect, he ceases to love, and in order to occupy and distract himself without love, he gives way to passions and coarse pleasures, and sinks to bestiality of his vices, all from continual lying to other men and himself. As soon as one is near me, his personality disturbs my self-complacency and restricts my freedom. In 24 hours, I begin to hate best of men. One because he's too long for dinner, another because he keeps showing his nose. But it has always happened that the more I detest men individually, the more ardent becomes my love for humanity. Our historical pastime is direct satisfaction of inflicting pain. With money, a man is always a man. Lamentations comfort only by lacerating the heart more. Such grief does not desire consolation. It feeds on the sense of its hopelessness. Lamentations spring only from the constant craving to reopen the wound. Either we shall be friends at once forever, or we shall part, enemies to the grave.